Yo guys, your boy Magnet. I'm here with
Chibike.
Chibike. Chibike is about to become a fish farmer. So he came around, say Magnet, put me through. So I'm going to put him through. So you guys too can also learn. So Chibike, yesterday, what did we discuss about yesterday? What was the main stuff yesterday?
We talked about the three types of fish we have. But you said we have about 3,000. So, but mostly the main ones is just three,
Okay.
which is class something, class.
Caragirospinos.
Yes.
Okay.
Hetropol, hetero something.
Heterobranchus.
And hybrid.
And hybrid.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we also talked about the factors. And you said the factors that we have is always have a good water supply and the feeding of the fish. There's something you mentioned about SCR.
Yeah.
In this thing, and the space.
Okay.
Also sorting.
Okay.
And etc.
Yeah, true. So before you venture into fish farming, you need to consider some important factors. Like I told you yesterday, number one, water. If you don't have a good water, don't even try to enter fish farming. Because water is the main stuff when it comes to fish farming. Water, then feed. For fish farming, you don't manage feed. So before you buy fingerlings or buy juvenile, you first know how much you have on ground, your budget, so that you know how much that budget can feed. You understand? So you don't need to manage feed. Then another one, space. Fish have to have enough space. You don't overcrowd. If you overcrowd, they'll be stunted. The growth will be stunted. And what do you discuss again? You discuss about sorting. You sort regularly so that the small ones can have chance to grow. And also specie. You get the right specie from a breeder. Before you venture into agriculture, know who you are buying your fingerlings and juvenile from. Not all breeders are breeders. You understand? Some of them are just doing it
just to make money.
Just to make money, And you have to know the specie you buy, whether it's hybrid, hetero, or craras. If you are going to raise fish for a period of 6 months, 7 months, you go for craras. Because craras grows fast from that first month to 6 months. Then they stop growing fast, they will be growing slow. And they don't get very big. But you see hybrid and hetero, they grow slow. From the first month to 5th month, you think that you will both runt. You understand? Then from that 5th month up, they will shoot. And they can grow very big. Hetero and hybrid can give you 10 kg. One fish will be 10 kg. One fish can be 15 kg, 20 kg. You understand? So if you're targeting a year, then you go for hybrid and hetero. So that's all what we discussed yesterday. So our topic for today now is how changing of water. Changing of water. We're going to touch some things now. We're going to touch how you know that your water is bad. Mind you, after this training, we are still going to do practical. So I'll put you through everything so that you know everything about fish farming, so that you won't make mistake. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to impact my decades of experience in him. Because when you start a new business or a new venture, definitely you make mistake. So if you have a mentor, someone that will guide you, it can cut that cost. It can cut the mistake. That will tell you, do this, do that, do this, do that. That way you won't make all these silly mistakes. So I'm going to guide you. I'm going to show you how you do stuff. So I'm changing of water. In a pond, there's no actual time. There's no actual time frame that you use and say, it's time to change water. So there are factors you consider before you know that this water is due for change. Number one, your stocking density. Stocking density. If you stock 1,000 fish in a pond that can take 800, what do you expect?
Well, there won't be enough space for the fish to breathe. Like they'll be crowded, and the ones that are still little, they won't be able to grow very well
Yes.
if there is no space for them.
And the water will get polluted easily. The water will get polluted easily. You understand? So if you overstock, that means get ready to change the water every day, or even twice in a day safe. So it's all about stocking that. If you overstock, either you change your water every day or you run flow through. Do you know what is flow through? Flow through is when you are putting water inside the pond and water is going out. Just like river. Just like a river. Flow through is when you are putting water inside the pond and at the same time water is going out. So the bad water will be going out, then the new one, the fresh one will be entering. So that means the water is always fresh. And the flow through system, fish grows very fast. Just like it is very, very costly to maintain. The result that you will get in, as in with normal pond, the result you get in 6 months, we flow through, you can get it in 5 months. Because they are always receiving fresh water. If you see a river now, a river is always moving. Have you been to a river before? A river is not stagnant. It's always moving. There's a place where the river get water from, and there's another place where it's moving out. Yeah, so if you want to overstock, either you run flow through system or you run recycling. So those ones are advanced, you don't need it. Those ones are advanced system. So if you overstock, you change your water more often. But if you understock, you will change your water less often. You understand? So in a pond that can take 1,000 fish, if you put 500 there, what will happen?
The pond
That can take 1,000 fish. A pond that can take 1,000 fish.
yes,
If you go and put 500 in that pond,
there will be enough space for the fishes.
thank you. There will be no space for the fish.
Yeah.
And the water will take less time, as it will take more time for it to get polluted. That means that water you can leave it for 2 days before you change it. So that's one of the factors. So most people, they will come to my DM and they'll be saying, fish magnet, how often do I change water? There's no actual time. There's no actual time in, okay, you change water. So that's one, stocking density. Another one, feeding. Another one, feeding. Fish is just like a human being. If you're always eating, just imagine that you have 5 buckets of water in your room now, and you're always eating. That means you always go to the toilet. And the more you go to the toilet, the more you flush the toilet. Do you understand? So if you eat 10 times in a day, you can go to the toilet twice. But if you don't eat at all that day, you will not go to the toilet. So if you're always feeding, if you are feeding steady, because that fish now in that pond, that's where the fish will do everything. That's where they will excrete. That's where the food will digest. Everything will still be in that water. So if you're always feeding, if you're feeding 3 times in a day, you have to improve on your water management. You understand? If you are feeding 3 times, you need to improve on your water management. If not, the water will get bad. And when your water is bad, there will not be dissolved oxygen in the pond. And that can lead to outbreak. That can lead to outbreak. Okay? So once your water management is A1, it will be hard for you to have anything like fungal infection, bacterial infection. That's why I keep on hitting. Before you venture into fish farming, you have to set your water right. You have to get a good source of water, borehole. And how will you know that your borehole will serve you? How will you know that your well will serve you? Because there are some areas that their borehole is not really borehole. and their well can't serve them. So if you want to know that your borehole will serve you, you can on the sumo and let the water pump. If the water can pump for 2 hours straight, no interruption, that means that borehole will serve. But if the thing pumps for 30 minutes, before you know, you will not see water again. You will now say, let him gather small before it pumps. You understand? You now say, let him gather small again before you pump. Is that what you do when you are raising fish? Okay, so when you don't drain your pond finish, no water for the pond, you will say, may you gather small. It better may you not enter fish farming if you don't get water. That means you just day your day. If you don't have water and you don't have source of power, because if you run fish farming on fuel, steady fuel, you won't make money. You know, one thing about me, I'll tell you the honest truth. That's what I told you, your uncle. If you are running it on steady fuel, you won't make money. Because do you know what it will take you to fill one big pond? If you have a pond of 12 by 12 feet, 4 feet height, it will take like 5 liters of fuel to fill it. And how much is 5 liters now? Let me just say almost 5,000 naira. So just imagine you are spending that every day. How much will you now make? But you see, but if you are in a place that okay, there's NEPA, even if NEPA charges you 100K in a month, what you just do is you just find way to utilize the light. You understand? By adding other things, by adding other pond. That way you won't feel it. So I've given you 2 ways to know that your water is bad. That's the factor that will determine your changing of water. Your stocking density, 1. 2, your feeding. These 2, that's what we determine. And also your water level. Do you know what is water level? Water level means, assuming you have a pond of 4 feet. You cannot say let you put water at 1 feet and say, you've changed water. What a fish needs, for your fish to enjoy and to be okay, the water level needs to be above 2.5 feet. 2.5 feet will be like this. The table now will be that kind 2.8, 2.7 feet. This is 2.5 feet, somewhere here. This, somewhere here. You understand? So for your fish to be okay, you need your water level to be like that. You won't expect to have water level like this. If you try one mistake and feed your fish with low water level, you might come out the next 30 minutes, all of them don't die. You might come back the next 30, all of them don't die. Don't one day say let you do the mistake of feeding your fish with low water level. Say, there's no light. I want to manage fuel. You are doing yourself. There's no light. I want to manage fuel. You are doing yourself. All these things, I'm giving you experience. At least, these are things that you're supposed to spend years to experience and you lose along the line. But I'm giving you for free. You understand? So your water level needs to be above 2.5 feet. Because one thing about fish farming is garbage in, garbage out. If you give your fish 1 kg of feed, you expect at least 1.1 900 gram weight. So don't say you want to start managing feed. If you're managing feed, you're managing your money and you're wasting your time. So in fish farming, you don't manage. As long as they are eating it, give them feed. You understand? So these 2 factors, your water level, 1, water level, feeding, and stocking density. These are the factors that will determine how often you change water.